Shadra, for saving your life, you didn't have to come back to Whiterun. And you didn't have to... Oh, I guess the teachings are starting to take effect already. But you didn't have to agree to be a moth priest either. But if that's how you want to repay me for saving your life, then so be it, but it really wasn't necessary. And yes, I know I lost my house, Carl. And thank you for agreeing to keep things in order while Malik and I are away. But it's good to have you on the team. And hopefully soon we'll be able to train you so that you can go out in the field as a moth priest and help the people of Skyrim, and also help us stop the dragon break. Shadra, I'm glad you could make it from Riften to my home in Whiterun. I know I sort of saved your life from the Thieves Guild, but you didn't have to make it up to me by becoming a moth priest. But it is good to have you here, and we are going to need your help for what is to come. I think Malik has explained to you the dragon break, how time is repeating itself, and it's starting to collapse in on itself, and our activities, the things that we do, will repeat over and over again. So, you may not have the awareness yet of that it's happening, but we will continue to train you. But it's good to have you here. And thank you for taking on the responsibilities of my house, Carl, that sadly passed away. I guess during my earlier adventures, before I had enough power to be able to turn back time. Unfortunately, it's too late for Lydia. But I will certainly do better to keep you alive. Again, I thank you. But it's time for Malik and I to go out and see what we can do to avert more of this dragon break.
Hey, Hill.
Hill here.
Gaming.
Malik? Ah, there you are. All right. Fate, time, whatever you want to call it, has brought us here. I'm not even sure where here is. Let's go inside and see what's going on. All right, let's sneak. All right, Grom's Pass. Let's see if I have any more information that might give us some sort of idea of what we need to do. Here, I've traveled to Grom's Pass and proceeded to investigate the cave's interior. So, that's all I know, is to investigate the cave's interior. But why? Uh-oh. Do you sense them? I think they're goblins. There. What is is this? Steel blue Entoloma. It's some sort of mushroom. Alright, let's go slow and steady. Is this a skeleton? Did you hear that? Someone keeps setting off some sort of a trap. I can hear it. Well, you hear that? It's right up ahead. I'm also sensing it. Seems like there's a corpse ahead. Oh no, who is ringing it? No, it's in the ceiling. It's almost like it's taunting us. Blue mage robes, posting of the hunt. The writing in the book appears to be a hasty transcription, perhaps from dictation or copied from a longer work. Let no man say before a witness that the hunt has not been called, nor the rites declared, or the ancient offices observed. The ritual of the innocent quarry, also called the wild hunt, is an ancient rite drawing magical energy from the powerful magica stream that engulfs this realm. The creators and times of the rituals are long forgotten. But followed properly, the rite brings great power and prestige to the huntsman. The ritual pits the all-powerful huntsman and their greater and lesser dogs against the pitiful and doomed innocent quarry, called by tradition the hare, after the mortal creature of human hunts. At once, the huntsman is transported by the exquisite thrill and glory of his might and dominion over his helpless prey, and at the same time touched by the magic, the tragic, noble, and ultimately futile plight of the innocent quarry. In the highest aesthetic realization of the ritual, the ecstatic rapture of the kill is balanced by the huntsman's identification with the sadness and despair of the innocent quarry. As in pieces the body of the innocent hare is torn, the huntsman reflects on the tragic imbalances of power and the cruel injustices of the world. As the hunt begins, the lesser dogs assemble before the green crystal reflections of the chapel of the innocent quarry. Inside the chapel, the huntsman, the greater dogs, and the master of the hunt perform the rites that initiate and sanctify the huntsman, the hunt, and the innocent quarry. Then the huntsman emerges from the chapel, displays the spear of bitter mercy, and recites the offices of the hunt. The offices describe the laws and conditions of the 4 stages of the hunt: the drag, the chase, the call, and view to the kill. Stage 1, the drag, in which the lesser dogs drag the ground to flush out the hare. Stage 2, the chase, in which the greater hounds drive the hare before them. How long is this? Alright, this is a bit too long. I don't know if we're going to participate in a hunt. Let's continue on, Malik. Is there anything else? And yes, I was able to read the book by passing my fingers over the impressions of the ink on the pages. Come on. Uh-oh. All right, this way.
Get ready for a fight.
It does seem to be a lot of them. Come, let's go over this way. Investigate the cave. Kill the blue god. Is this the blue god over here?
I'll show you what a real or you can't hide from me.
No, he doesn't know where I am. There. He's finished. All right. Here's his journal. The tribe demanded I prove myself as a hunter. They want me to trap some game and return to the stronghold, probably for a celebratory feast. It shouldn't be too hard. I already set up a snare by the water. Now I can just sit back and let the food come to me. My snare trap doesn't seem to be working. I tied it to a stick. My fingers aren't sensitive enough, I see. I tied it to a stick, just like they said. Clearly, Lob gave me a flimsy rope. Either that or the sticks out here are no good. I don't know how they expect me to hunt with such broken tools. This is day 3. It's only been a few days, but I already feel like giving up. I'm hungry, and I've gone through all the bread Atub gave me by Malakath. They really expect me to die out here. Oh, day 5. We skipped a day. The rabbits here are too nimble to chase down. I thought I could just grab one if I put some bait in my pockets. But the problem is I don't have any bait. I shouldn't have eaten all the carrots in my sack, but I was starving. I've never heard of that, Malik. Hunting rabbits by putting bait in your pocket? Is that... I don't think rabbits are that stupid. Anyhow, day 6. Malakath's blessings. I'm alive. I found a cave south of my camp full of strange blue mushrooms, which I immediately ate. I remember Atub saying something about some mushrooms being poisonous, but I didn't get sick, so what does she know? Anyways, I ended up filling my sack with them. If I come back with a full stomach, maybe I can convince the others we don't need to hunt. Day 7, I came back to Largishbur with my sack full of mushrooms, and one by one they spit them out and mocked my hunting skills. If that wasn't humiliating enough, Chief Yamars took a hammer and crushed the sack, then dumped the contents on my head. None of my tribe mates bothered to defend me, and they just stood there and laughed. Now, Yamar says I have to go back out there and catch something with some legs. It's not fair. When is the last time he caught anything? Day 8. I'm so hungry, hunting is impossible. Maybe I'll just die. That'll teach them to leave me out here alone. I'm trying to think, Malik, what lesson his death would give the tribe. Anyhow, day 9 by Malakath. What just happened? I went back to the cave to pick some more mushrooms when something must have tripped me because I fell into a pit. I yelled out for help, but instead of getting rescued, I was quickly surrounded by a horde of green monsters, hissing and gnashing their teeth. I figured that was it. They were going to eat me, but before I could scream, one of them dropped to his knees and started bowing. The others followed. Could they be goblins? You never see them this far north. In any case, they seem to be treating me like an honored guest. Day 11. Blessings of Malakath. It turns out they think I'm a god. They don't seem to treat other orcs the same, so it must be the blue stains on my face. I need to thank Yamars for dumping that sack on my head. I think I'll do that right before I have my goblins claw open his face. Day 15. My army grows by the day. Soon we'll have enough numbers to overrun the stronghold. For now, I have them collecting blue mushrooms from Cyrodiil so I can maintain the ruse, although some of them might be starting to suspect. The other day, I think one of them saw me use a stick to spread the blue paint on my back. I'll need to keep a close eye on him. Day 18, I figured out who it was that saw me. It was that nasty little runt with the funny-looking spear. It seems he's the hunter of the group. He reminds me of every orc back at Logishbur who laughed in my face. I tried to grab the spear from him, but he must have done something to it because it was too heavy to lift. I don't know if it's Hircine or Malakath that's protecting him, but he needs to learn that goblins only have one god, the blue god, me. Day 21. The tunnel the goblins were using to come here from Cyrodiil collapsed. No matter. My army is nearly big enough to take the stronghold, and once that's done, I can sell Yamar's things for a whole wagon full of paint. Before I do that, though, I need to make an example of the non-believer. Once he's dealt with, it will show all the other goblins what happens when you question your god. Well, that was an interesting story. Whoa. So, a goblin totem staff. Lightning bolt that does 83 points of shock damage to health and magicka, and leaps to a new target. See if I can't sell that. Alright. So, this was the blue god. A painted orc. So is there more for us to do here? What do you see over here, Malik? Skeletons? Skulls? Okay. I'll take the gold from them. Oh, you said there's a, if I can get to it, a coin purse. Got it. Wait. There is a strong box. You know, it's always these adept strong boxes. Okay, not much here. 32 gold and a sapphire. Malik, what else? Something someone below. How do we get down there? I hear someone digging. This way. Oh, right there. Whoa, what happened? There. Alright, why does this seem like a dead end? Where's... Oh, this way. I feel compelled to speak with the goblin. He doesn't seem to be attacking. You there? What? I take it you realize that the orc wasn't a god. Yes, having you as a companion would be a bad idea. Goodbye. How do we get out of here? Or do I not have a choice? Alright then, let's go. So that's the only way to conclude the mission. Alright then. I want to talk about your spear. Where did you find it? Okay. Well, let's get out of here. We can release him when we find a way out of this dungeon. I believe we have to go back this way. I remember there's some sort of opening here. I sense a big chest. Nothing really valuable, though. Does anyone see a way out of here? So, what was this? Is this the bath or what the blue god was using to paint his skin? Looks like we just have to go out the way we came in. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. How did we get in here? It must be this way. Right, yes, here's the corpse. And here's our exit. All right. Goblin. It's time for us to part ways. You're free to go. All right. Good luck to you. He's going back in the cave. It's a shame. All of his friends and colleagues are dead. All right, then. It's time for us to move on. Perhaps find another word of power or some way to strengthen me so that we can put an end once and for all to the dragon break.